I remember growing up in America, Georgia. If you ain't know how to fight, the niggas are sparking. And if your last name anything like mine, still the police is stalking. They said my daddy and my uncle used to whoop up on policemen. If you don't believe, then ask the OGs on Car Avenue. Niggas in the country gang bang, I thought you knew. Play with them if you want, get a gangster something to do. Born leader, so I couldn't be a part of any crew. So I joined the Poetry Gang and I said I do. How you let poetry bang? Let the ink from your pen bleed, nigga, bang. Let the ink from your pen bleed, nigga, bang. Chasing dreams by the age of 17, I was introduced to Palm Beach, Florida gangsters and thugs. Niggas get ill, first city I seen niggas get killed. So many tears, try to water my situation down with beer. Try living my life without fear. Who gave me an attitude on give, so I started fearing God, then I put my trust in Him. Separation from my family, movement to Orlando, solo isolation, pain in my soul. Walking the street, homeless, body was cold, like that body that hit the floor. With that 4-4, try to place a burn on me before I left Palm Beach. They have in my city, they say I put an infrared on the police, now all eyes on me. Come on, high speed chasing Lake Park, Himbo can't get schooled. Flashback from a horrible childhood in juvie. I can't go to prison, West Palm Beach, I left it instantly. Even though my handprint was on that pistol, still threw it out the window. I rep Georgia, Florida, and even Philly. That's why I picked this instrumental. I love the feeling the first time I performed in Brooklyn.
With myself, I just wanted to know about the lyrics in your song and how everything ties up.
Oh yeah, man, that's a very good question. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of stories. A lot of times when I do music, I'm telling stories, telling somebody else's story, and unfortunately that was my story before I left West Palm Beach. You know what I mean? I had a situation where, well, I'm gonna take you back to December of 2009. You know what I mean? I feel like God was speaking to me, and I heard God tell me to move to Orlando. I was married, had kids, and everything at the same time, so I didn't see them in the vision, so I'm like, yo, that ain't God, you know, telling me to go to Orlando without family. So I said, all right, if you don't go by February, you know what I mean, of 2010, you know what I mean, you're going to get locked up. And I'm like, I ain't been locked up in a long time, and don't do that till you get locked up. So February the 8th, I got locked up. So I'm like, wow, God is real, you know what I mean? So I was in the county jail. I was telling everybody, like, man, I seen all this happen. It was like deja vu almost, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I got out, you know what I mean? I was by myself, you know what I mean? And I was taking a shower. I heard 2 gunshots. And I'm like, you know, I had moved in a nice neighborhood, so I'm like, dang, somebody shooting over here, somebody got shot, you know what I mean? So I go out the door, and the young guy that I was mentoring, helping them with the music and stuff like that, recording them and stuff like that, he said his dad got shot. So I'm like, well, so I reached down and tried to help him. And somebody put their fist up there and be like, yo, what's up? You better hope you live, as if I did it. So all of a sudden the police come, I walk away from the scene. Police said, what's going on, man? I'm like, they're like, yo, you let the one did it get away. I'm like, what? Next thing I'm in handcuffs. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm sitting in the police car with handcuffs, so I'm like, wow. So they say it look like he about to die. So all of a sudden another vision came in my head. I didn't think I'm crazy, but another vision came in my head when Jonah was in the belly of the whale for 3 days. And I'm like, the police came to me and said, yo, if you don't leave, I'm just saying, it seems like he's gonna die. So we're gonna have to keep you for 72 hours. 72 hours, 3 days. You know what I mean? So I'm like, wow. So God said, if you don't leave, this is gonna happen. So I made up in my heart and my mind, I was gonna go to Orlando. I said, if I go, I don't know what it is, be homeless, you know what I mean? So I ended up and I went. I said, you know what, I made up my mind, I'm going to go. And that's what happened. So all of a sudden, you know what I mean, a cop that don't even like me came on the scene and said, let him go. No candidate do it, let him go. Okay. You know what I mean? So that was that situation there, man. And, you know, after that, I moved to, a couple of days later, I moved to Orlando. I had just dropped my own mixtape, Spoken for the People. You know what I mean? All I had was a box of CDs, my mixer, my laptop, and my $1,500 microphone. You know what I mean? I'm walking through Orlando homeless. I've never been homeless. I was in a shelter. You know what I mean? I know you got to pay to go to the shelter. I was in there for 7 days, it's free. I was in there 6 days. I told me, when you leave, don't take that with you. I wanted to sell my furniture and all that. You know, I got everything for you when you get there. By the time I get to Orlando, I was in the shelter for 6 days. You know what I mean? I still got 3 days. Then in 6 days after that, I had my own house. Working at Northwood and everything. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's that situation. And another thing I want to point out when I was talking about high speed chasing Lake Paul, him came to school, you know.
Who's the cop?
Oh, the cop was a guy by the name of Flintstone. He always on foot or whatever. And me and him had a situation one day, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people were terrified by him. And one day me and him had some words or whatever. And I said, yo, you want me to just leave the campus or whatever? Because usually he like to kick people out or whatever. And I ain't give him the benefit of the doubt. So he was like, no, you good? I said, no, you officer of the law. I'm not going to argue with you. You know what I mean? I was going to my brother's house to get my things, officer. So I go in the house, he falling behind me. So I'm like, yo, I said, you make it uncomfortable, don't fall behind me. So I go in the house. He like try to open my brother's door. I'm at my brother's house. My sister down from Georgia, she can vouch for this, you know what I mean? My sister down from Georgia, my brother wife in the house, my wife in the house, and then my kids in the house, you know what I mean? So I don't want no problems. So I shut the door in his face. And he was like, yo, come on, open the door. I grabbed my camera. I said, look, man, I said, why you following me or whatever? And he pulled out the gun and said, yo, he said, you put an infrared on me, like trying to shoot me. You go around telling people I tried to shoot him. He knocked on my people's door, a couple of doors down, like, yo, your cousin outside, next thing you know, the whole house was surrounded with SWAT team, whoever you people is. They had AR-15s and flashlights to everyone. They had the women and kids and the kids. Everybody freaking out like what's going on, you know what I mean? Right. So my son, she blows stuff out of the door. She's like, oh my God, I said to just go out there. So I try to go out the door. Every time I try to go out the door, it was a lady. Every time I go out the door, there's a bunch of dudes and one lady. Every time I go out the door, she come back and they shoot me. So I go back in. So like, you know, I ain't going back out there. Today, I'm either going to prison or I'm going to get killed. I said, the best thing I can go to prison. But I said, I'm not going to prison. Nigga, I ain't did nothing. I had to think fast, you know what I mean? I was about decision and thinking. I thought. So I call my uncle. Usually don't protect me because, you know, I'd be in a lot of trouble and stuff. But, you know, lately I don't be in no trouble. I found God, you know what I mean? I was married. I was doing good. So I called my uncle. He came through. And when I seen that escalation, man, I just felt so bad. You know what I mean? So I seen my uncle, and he said, come on, he said, you come out the door now. I come out the door and politely lay me down on the ground. You know what I mean? Take you to the police car. And they was like, yo, I told the son, like, look, he did that. I ain't got no plans. I said, look, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let you know. He said, well, so behind they got me in the police car or whatever. You know what I mean? The sergeant said, if we don't find a gun, we're going to let you go. You know what I mean? Which is never the case. I guess they some armed groups, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so I said, they said, well, what is the light that you put on? I said, they said, I guess it was the flash off the camera. So they're like, what the camera is? I told them where the camera was at or whatever. And they seen that it wasn't a gun. They let me go. But they still abandoned me from my brother's property. You know what I mean? For like 3 months or something like that. I couldn't go see my brother, my nephew, my nieces and stuff. I asked them why. They said because you caused a lot of mayhem in the city. He had to call helicopters, SWAT teams and stuff like that. I'm like, it had nothing to do with me. That was a bad call with y'all. You know what I mean? And the guy was like, he was like, I think my personal reason and why he called, you know what I mean, and made all that fuss, he knew I had a camera. Just want to figure out a way how he can get that camera because he feel like he would have been in a lot of trouble. But little did he know when he put the gun out, I never got the chance to really take the picture. You know what I mean? I dropped the camera, so you know what I mean? That's that.